All right, race fans, we're inside of the Jan's Racing Lounge with Jan Quackenbush. Let me try that again. All right, race fans, we're inside the Racing Lounge of Jan's Racing with Jan Quackenbush and Fran Kenealy. It's been a pretty good season, to say the least, for you guys. Second in points with driver Keller. Keller only 8 points back. Keller got his first win of the season. Just talk about what it's been here out on the ARCA West Series in 2025.
Well, it's been an honor to be accepted by everybody in NASCAR and ARCA, and the warm welcome, because I'm a newbie here, basically. You know, my name's been out there a little bit from Irwindale Speedway and different venues that we've raced at and everything. So I'm not totally new to all this, but I'm a new team owner. And last year we started off a little rough. Nick, our driver, was sick, so it really, last year wasn't really a complete year for me necessarily. This year is really a complete, I consider it my rookie year as a senior citizen, you know. And but I'm honored to be here, and these kids are phenomenal. They've been racing most of their lives, you know, 15 years a piece, and they're only, what, 19 and 20. They grew up racing little junior cars. What kind of cars were they?
Quarter midgets.
Quarter midgets. And Fran, by the way, Fran's one of the bonus moms, and Susan's also a bonus mom. You know, they help out all the other kids and help everybody. And Victoria here's going to be Robbie's mother-in-law, you know, and Victoria here's Michaela. How did I say that? I did that wrong, but it's okay. Anyhow, Michaela's his beautiful girlfriend, and we just have a lot of fun.
Well, I want to ask you first about Kyle Keller. This is a guy who was well known on the late model side, won tracks like Madera Speedway, Las Vegas Speedway, here at All-American Speedway. What did you see in him that made you want to hire that driver?
Well, he had a problem, I believe it was last year, a couple of races. He got crashed, their car got messed up, and kind of ran out of money a little bit, you know. And the dad, Jan Keller, nice man, came to me and asked me to help for the end of the season, you know, and I met Fran through that and everything. And one thing led to another, and Robbie was going to crew chief for Kyle for the whole year. And I said, "What? Crew chief? I heard you're a wheelman. We need to get you a car too. I got 15 of them. We got to put you in a car." So we put Kyle and Robbie both in cars, and both great wheelmen. But Kyle, he's in a world league of his own, I think, right now. He's, you know, and Robbie's getting there quick, you know. But Kyle, I just saw a lot in Kyle, and a lot of people have. He's got the heart of a lion. He won't give up. He knows how to get the most out of a car. I watched a lot of his races, did a lot of things before I just said, "Hey, come on, let's do this for a year." And then I put him in the best cars. I've got different levels of cars, you know, your A, B's, and C's and all that stuff. I made the determination these kids are good enough, they've been at this long enough, I'm going to put them in my A cars. I put them in a couple Elmores, I got some good specs they run, and yeah, so I saw a lot in them.
Now, rewinding it a few weeks ago to Tri-County Raceway, Keller broke through and he picked up his first career ARCA win. Just take me through that race, start to finish, and the emotions after.
Well, Kyle was all worried because the car wasn't really good in qualifications or practice, let's say, and it was hot, slippery track, you know. And I said, "Don't worry about it. They got street stocks out here dumping oil. It's a mess. Just go out and make some laps. Don't stress over it. It's for qualifying and stuff like that. It's going to cool down a little bit, but for race, it's going to be a lot cooler, and your race setup's going to come in." And I asked him point blank, "Do you want me to put you on the pole, qualify for the pole? We can get that right now, or do you want to win the race?" He says, "Well, I want to win the race." I said, "Okay, then just be patient, calm down." He's like a horse in the starting gate, you know. He's ready to go. You had to calm him down, let him gain his composure, and he listened to me. And so he was one of the first people that came from 7th place at Tri-City to go up and win the race. The last record was 6th. I'm really proud of that. And I think by him believing in me and me believing in him, and you know, I'm 67 years old, I got a little life experience. I know track temperatures, I know a lot of things. I raced dragsters and stuff back in the day. And so he just passed on a little experience, and he passes on experience to me. So this intertwine, this mesh, works out great amongst us with Kyle, same with Robbie. What I like about both kids, they listen. And we bounce things off each other back and forth.
Now, Fran, I have a question for you. You've been involved with racing for quite some time. and specifically out at Madera Speedway. What is, from your perspective, the draw behind racing within your family?
So the kids started at a very early age. So my late husband actually got them into quarter midgets. After 8 years of that, they got their championships. They did the classes that they wanted to run, and then we thought, what is going to be the next level? And so we got into the late models. From a very early age, Gary had got them into like working on cars, doing tire temps, doing gear changes. So it's kind of like in their DNA. Like they just love it. If there's an opportunity for them to be at a track, they will definitely be at a track, whether it's racing or working on a car. So for me particularly, that was never my thing. But as track mom, like I only missed one race in their entire career, and Robbie happened to win that one, and I said never again. I will never miss one. So yeah, and so I have 3 kids, and so Joey races, or Harley used to race. So she is just a good support system for her brothers, and so that's kind of where we're at.
And back to you, Jan, to bring all of these drivers from different backgrounds and different disciplines together to create this team, how have you seen that element grow within the 3 drivers?
It's a family affair. Without people like this connection, it wouldn't work. You've got to get along. It can't be all about money. I don't ask for money. A lot of it's volunteer help. And so that's how we've gotten some small sponsors to help us along the way. It's just, I'm honored to grow with them and have fun with them. They like when Fran originally came to us, she needed to get the kids to another level, another step. Okay, and Gary had passed, and I said, hey, I'll help you with that. Well, little knowledge I have as a newbie to all this, I'll reach out to a lot of people that are professors, and I'll get their knowledge, and I'll put something together. Because I have a towing service that's been fairly successful for 45 years, and I know how to use other people's knowledge. And that's what I've done. I've put this together with a lot of other people's knowledge that know what I'm doing to help kids be successful.
Now, obviously today and going forward towards Madera Speedway, these are 2 home tracks, if you will, for this program and this team. You've already broken through once to get victory lane, but now being in position to claim a championship, what is the path towards Venus like right now?
Well, you always shoot for the stars. You try for the best. I'm very passionate on making sure the cars are as good as we can get them. And there's race setups, there's qualifying setups, and I kind of go for the race setups, so to speak, because qualifying setups, they're you can hit and miss, and they can be fast and then go away. You tape them off. It's kind of a false type real performance, the way I see it. But it can really show what a car can do. But all race long is what I like to see. I like to put old tires on a car and get it to hook up and run the best you can, just going out. Some people ask me, why didn't you practice that well? What happened? What's going on? I said, I'm working on my race setup, And so, I said, we'll tape it up tomorrow and we'll throw some stickers on it and we'll go out and put a run down and see what we can do, But that comes today, and we have an hour to do it. And so we've used a lot of knowledge overnight. You put your head on the pillow and you think, what did I miss? What could I have done a little better? And you come and you throw it into the cars and you see how much better you can make them. But you got to remember, the temperature. It's going to be a little warm today, 85 degrees. Nighttime race, we're going to drop about 10 degrees. So you got to take everything in consideration. Like Tri-City, that's where Kyle was worried about it. And I said, hey, there's going to be a 20 degrees temperature to change when that sun goes behind that mountain over there. And it happened, and his car kept getting better and better and better, and he was one of the fastest cars on the track towards the end. So there's a lot to take in consideration. The Elmore people are going to be here. They help us tune the engines, the climate, to get the air fuel just right, and I think for our spec, we have a spec with running with R.J. Smotherman in it, and I'm pretty sure we got the jetting pretty close on that one. With the Elmores, you're able to get it spot on, we're able to work on the setup a little bit more. So there's two different ways of looking at everything.
Now, obviously, there's still 4 more races before the champion is crowned ultimately to end the 2025 season. But if this team could break through to win that championship, what would that celebration look like, and what would it mean to you?
Incredible. I've talked to some of the NASCAR officials, and they said, Jan, you got 3 cars in this race, and they're all 3 great cars, 3 great drivers. What would it be like to put them 1, 2, and 3? That'd be history. To me, that kind of stuff is like winning the lotto, and I look at that like a real a challenge. And what if something like that happened? In whatever order they came in, Robbie and Kyle finished 2nd and 3rd behind Trevor at Kern. And Robbie looked at me when he was in the winner's circle in victory lane there, and he was so excited because he got a podium. It was like Robbie won the whole race. He'd never been on the podium. He was, Jim, look where we are. And I said, hey, look up there. There's Gary up there. Give me a thumbs up. This pops. That's kind of stuff, inspiration. And, you know, it's not all about money.
And last but certainly not least, the question I got for you. I know there's a lot of people that help you get out here, sponsors. Who do you want to thank?
You know, I know I'm going to leave a gazillion people out, you know, but there's everybody. The people at Sunrise Racing, you know, Sedgwick, Mike Fisk and Dennis, those guys have been instrumental. They've been like a group support to help me and teach me. You know, I call my little racing team a university. We all learn together. Bob Rincati, oh geez, what a man. I get stuck, I call up Bob, and it's like that telephone call you make on, you know, on that program, Become a Millionaire or something. You need that phone call and you need to ask that question. Bob's a gentleman I can go to and get a reliable answer. And along the way, Chris Greeny got a heart transplantation. Got a heart of a 34-year-old young gal in an older man. It's about 60. To have people like this give them purpose, and they give us purpose. And, you know, Aiden's had, you know, operations. He's had a lot of setbacks in his life, Aiden Kaiser. To have these people come forward and want to help and volunteer their time to these people, their friends and family, it's about the camaraderie, I think, that like Fran and Gary has helped build over the years. And I've kind of just riding along on their shirt tails a little bit and learning. But as far as thanking everybody, I'll never be able to thank everybody enough. There's so many people. The NASCAR people have been awesome. ARCA, you know, they've been very supportive. And so it's a two-way street. They're supportive of us. We're supportive of them. Our towing team back home, all the kids help out on the race team. There's nothing they wouldn't do. I got 40 tow trucks that run daily. And they come and they help load the cars, they help clean the shop. So they're part of this team. Some NASCAR teams have 600-700 people back, you know, in North Carolina, whatever. I maybe have 10 or 15, you know, that come in and volunteer and help. But when you add everybody up with the tow team and the race team and all these people, nice people, you got a lot of people that help. You know, the Sunrise people, and even the people from High Point. Tim Huddleston. I bought a lot of cars between him and Bob from the two of them, and everything I have is used. I don't have anything that I bought that's new. So we refurbish, we use, make things right, you know, add some new parts along the way, and those type of people have helped a lot. And like I say, I can't mention everybody because there's just literally hundreds of people that help me get to where I am, to get these kids to where they are. And so all the knowledge that they give me, I put in here and I pass it on to the kids. And from them, and I just want to thank all of them. And they all know who they are. That's the thing. They know who have helped. They know who have been there for me. The 2:30 in the morning telephone calls when I'm having anxiety attacks about trying to figure out an issue. So, like I say, I can't thank everybody enough. And these racetracks up here at Roseville, what a beautiful place. You know, going to Madera, another beautiful place. And then we go for the Bull Ring, beautiful place. Then we go to Phoenix, beautiful place. And I thank all those people and all the ARCA officials, everybody that put this together. How do you thank everybody? It's impossible. And I thank you. You're a nice young man.